What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the video. My name is Inspector Hector. Today we're going to be talking about the Garden Warfare 2 Definitive Tier List.
Cause I talk smack on the internet.
That is right, ladies and gentlemen. Today we're going to be going over the review, the definitive Garden Warfare 2 character tier list from bottom to top, from worst to best characters in the game. For some context, I've been a Plants vs. Zombies fan ever since the mobile game came out. I was in like 2nd, 3rd grade. I saw my dad playing it on the iPad. I started playing it. I beat it over the summer. Zomboss. The second one came out. That, to me, at that time, I didn't even have a console. I didn't have anything. I had nothing, so I just had the iPad. And I beat the entire Plants vs. Zombies 2 all the way up to modern day. I beat the final boss and finished it. So one might say I'm a big fan of the series. I played Garden Warfare. I didn't have a console at the time, even when Garden Warfare came out. I remember I went to GameStop and I asked the person, do you ever think it would come out on mobile? Because I only had an iPad. And he says, well, I don't think so. I was just a little shit, a little kid. So I mean, it's obviously, why would they have a triple? Like, what sense does that make? But now we're back. And I would go to my friend's house every single day to play it on the 360. I remember back when the first, like, the DLCs would come out for it, Garden Warfare 1. I remember the Taco Bandits one. That was one of my favorites as well. I remember the Zomboss Down. I remember I went over to his house, but I specifically remember, like, the final one where they added the Plasma Pea, and I was like, man, this is the best thing ever. That map, the golf one, is still my favorite of all time. Garden Warfare 2 comes out. I played it. I've spent a long time playing it. I'm a bit of a veteran. I'm not 54th ranked player or whatever, but I have put a lot of time into the game. Tried to get as many things as I can. I basically have all the characters except for the party ones because I have no one to play party time with. So if anybody would like to play party time, so unlock the characters and not have to buy them, let me know. This is my tier list. I hope you enjoy it. I will do my best to explain every single character. I'm not going to skip over any. Every single character will get a review. I've spent a good time playing about every single one to gauge where they're at. Hope you enjoyed the video, and yeah, let's get into it. So kicking off our tier list here in the D tier, these are characters that I would consider, if you play them, you bought the game, even if you didn't, it's your game, you do what you want. I wouldn't touch them ever unless I have to try out and see what they're like, which I did. Chomp Thing. I remember when this guy came out, I thought he was a very cool design. I thought he looked great. I think the idea of having a character that has, like, regenerates health faster is really good. And, you know, I'm sure someone puts the health the regeneration delay upgrade and the other upgrade for health on and just walks around with basically someone who just gets to it, gets to it immediately. But with a Chomper, I feel like it's lackluster. It doesn't make a lot of sense to have it like that, and just in general, it's not really the best one you could run. His damage is pretty weak, and besides the health, he's got nothing else going for him in that in the design. Toxic Chomper is pretty good. Not bad. I mean, he's D tier. Like, he's just a toxic Chomper. From his damage isn't that great. Toxic damage. He's just whatever. Armor Chomper, same thing with him. Like, he's got a lot of health, which is great. Not a lot of characters have that going for them. But being a Chomper, it makes him slow. And if you're just like, even with Sprint Burrow, even with Burrow, like, he's just a Chomper. He's just a bad Chomper. Nothing really interesting about him besides the health. You're either gonna get shot out. You might win. You'll probably win more situations where the person can't deal enough damage to kill you if you're close enough, but overall, just a character I wouldn't recommend using if you want to get kills. If you just want to have fun or whatever, go ahead. Motocross Star, same thing. Now, all these guys down here have pretty interesting concepts that are unique except for Toxic Chomper. Motocross Star, potentially, I think, could be a great character. He's very, like, he's the only one that can shut down a lot of the bullshit that gets thrown at you. And in a game like this where there's a lot of that could be happening to you, like there is so much to abuse in this game that a character that gets rid of that abuse on paper should be perfect. But when you put him into the game, he's bad. He's very weak. Very weak damage. I haven't gotten the upgrades for him, so maybe there's some people out there that sat through it or just gave a bunch of stars to the fish that managed to make it. His damage is too low to compensate for having such a busted ability, and I understand where they're coming from, but at the same time, it's no reason for anybody to use him specifically to shut people down, because if they can still shoot you, and if your damage doesn't do higher than theirs, it doesn't matter if they can't abuse their abilities. Chances are, if they're a decent shot, they'll get you anyway, so just because they can't husk-cop you doesn't mean a core can't laser you fucking from miles away, so no need to use any of these. D tier, just not that great, in my opinion. Let's get on to C tier. Starting off with the Party Rose, a decent character, nothing bad about her. I think she's just average, just a party version of the Rose. You know, if you like the Rose, homing, obviously, you just got to level her up a little bit. You'll get there. Decent character, average, nothing really bad to say about it. Ice Piece, same thing. A Peashooter, he's got eyes, kind of cheap. Fairly cheap, actually, in my opinion, to just freeze people and jump around with the Hyper. But honestly, if you like it, you like it. It's no big deal. Mystic Flower. Now, a lot of these are personal preference. It's definitive because of my background with the games, but Mystic Flower, I know that in the right hands she can be very good. I recognize that. I've seen it happen in game and on videos. I don't deny the fact that Mystic Flower is a really good character. I can't do jack with her. Can't jack with her. I don't like her. Not really my type of character. If you do like her, however, I recognize that you can do the business and, you know, continue doing the business because there aren't really a lot of people that use her like, you know, some people do. Rock P is next, and I've seen this mentioned in Wolfie's video. Same thing. He's a Peashooter. Peashooters need to be fast. He is slow. This kind of messes him up because if he's not in hyper, he's going to be an easy target to hit. You can't just kind of sit in the back and splash, but at the same time, is that really fun? Not that much. You're not going to be wanting to use him. Chomper, same thing. Average character. Weakest class, not that great. He's okay if you just want to mess. I mean, he's fine. He's just average character. Fire Chomper. I mean, that's a debatable spot, but I've never seen him be that great. And Gardevoir for 1, he was really good doing 10 damage, but in this one, he's just kind of annoying. He's a Chomper. Same thing with, honestly, all the Chompers, and I don't even really want to talk about them. They're all just average characters, in my opinion. The ones that you can do the most with, Unicorn, and the amount, you know, I think that Unicorn is probably better than Twilight because you could do more business with him, like get more and, you know, move around more. Twilight's good for like annoying people, getting like, you know, kind of if there's like a camper in the back, you can go and get him with Twilight. So honestly, just all the Chompers are kind of grouped into one. I don't like using them, and if you use them, if you use them, it's whatever, like you just use them, whatever, it's a Chomper. But if you really like the Chompers and you're like, oh yeah, man, the Chompers, dude, I love playing, like, bro, you gotta stop it, you gotta cut it out. You're annoying me in my public matches. Metal Petal. More health. Sunflower, she's not bad to put a speed upgrade on her, put a damage. She's not bad just to see your average character. Nothing wrong with her. Alien Flower, I like Alien Flower a lot. One of my more favorite characters. However, I recognize that she's not that great. Even, I mean, you could do. People say, oh, you only do good with her in turf. You could do fine in Vanquish. It's not that big of a deal. She's fine in any game mode. You just have to be consistent, and you don't even have to really hit them. Like if you just spam, like, you know, honestly, she's a pretty easy character to use. So no complaints with her. Definitely. Ice Cactus, I don't like it. Don't like it at all. Not very good. I mean, if you like cactuses and, you know, you go for it, but I feel like there's better ones to choose. Electric Cactus, Electro Cactus, whatever. Same thing. Just average character. Nothing really special to say about her. You know, the game is in the name, as they say. Captain Flameface should be good, except for he's not. His damage isn't that great. He shoots slow, and his close range is abysmal. And I mean, you could make it a little bit faster. You know, you don't have to like butcher it. Like you could be a little faster. You don't have to just like castrate him. You know, like you could do it, man. You could do it. I know you can. Supremo, I don't know. I don't like him at all. I really liked him in Gardevoir for 1. I think he's too slow in this one. Like Wolfie said, you can't jump while you're shooting. Damage isn't that great. Just average character. Centurion, same thing. He's not bad. He's just average. Sanitation Expert, I feel like is too weak for being an engineer, so he's average. Plumber, same thing. Used to be good. Now he's not that great. Average. Pylon him used to be really good. I like him. I love the mech. The bling mech looks really nice. I like that they added an option to change your mech, even if it's just like that. But it does more damage, so there's no reason not to get it. Average. AC Perry used to be really good. I remember playing as him before. I would put on the Halloween cat paper plate mask and go fuck around. He's not good anymore. Whatever. Archaeologist, same thing. Average character. If you like it, no big deal. Wrestling Star looks really good. Kind of plays as like a slower version of the Baseball Star, I'd say. And he's not that. I mean, he's okay as an all-star, so you can't really put him any lower than average. But still, Baseball Star, same thing. I don't know what's special about him. I don't know what exactly it is that makes him different. I know Zach Scott used to like him in Gardevoir for 1, but I don't actually know what makes that man special, so I couldn't tell you if I tried. Cosmic Brains. I've seen a lot of bullshit with this guy, and a lot of people just kicking ass. So, but I've also seen a lot of people die, and I've died a lot with it as well, so I can only put him C tier for my definitive tier list. Moving up from C tier, we have the B tier, my favorite tier, because these are the grades I get in school. Just, above average. We're making it. We're making it. Not bad characters, in my opinion. This is like for the class specifically. There's a couple of them in there that might be a little bit questionable, and I'll try to explain them as best I can. B tier, starting off with Barbecue Corn, fallen soldier. God bless him. A shame what they did to him. Genuine shame. Terrible, terrible thing. He's okay. He's average as a corn. You can't put him lower than that, but still, nothing really that special about him. Peashooter might not. Honestly, Peashooter probably belongs in C tier. He's not a bad character. He's just kind of cheese, which I understand, but at the same time, he's not bad. The damage is good. The damage is good on him. I can't argue with that at all. Sunflower, same thing, just average, but she's good. Like, she does the business. Like, the stock characters in this game are surprisingly good compared to some other games, It's not always carried by the variants. Power Flower, same thing. I think she's pretty good. Definitely above some of the other ones. Fire P is up there as well. I feel like, the Splash, obviously good, better character. Fire Flower, same thing. Toxic P, Splash, all good. Commando P, I think is good. One of the first Ps I got up to Master rank. Not a bad character. It does not that difficult to use either. It's not like the skill gap is high. You just hold it down. He's like a slower. If anything, I would compare it to like a soldier version of the Wrestling Star, the way that his projectile feels. Law P is also, I think, a very good character. Definitely not underrated. People know about him. He does the biz. He's good, bro. Like, he does. Like, Law P, definitely solid. I really like how he plays out. Only character with 6 shots like that. Maybe some of the Cactus stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like the ones, Revolver character. Hot Rod Chomper, best Chomper. Fast, annoying, Count Chompula, second best Chomper, heals. I used to actually play him a lot in Garden Warfare 1, believe it or not. Shadow Flower, same thing. A Sunflower, just overall good. Can't put her any lower. Torchwood, he's good. He gets, like Wolfie said, he gets bundled a lot. You definitely see him get beat up, but he catches you on a bad day or any day. Even, honestly, if he just catches you and you don't have a team to back you up and you're by yourself, it is much more difficult than if you had people helping you, I'm going to say. Especially if he's got a Sunflower, like a teammate back, you forget about it. Cleopatra was not Sun Pharaoh, whatever you want to call it. Shot on player. She's good, though. I recognize that, so she's up in B. Stuffy Flower, same thing. Solid Sunflower. Vamp Flower, same thing. Go solid. Their abilities are good. It's good to self-heal without actually having to use the Flower Pod. And you also have the Flower Pod, so what's the problem with it? Cactus is good. Is a very good character. She shoots fast. She hits consistent damage. There's no reason not to like her. She, I think, is a very good character. I'm not even going to lie to you. Future Cactus, same thing. Solid character. The charge shot is devastating. You cannot argue with it. Zen Cactus, same thing. Solid character. Powerful gimmick. Get those upgrades on her and you will be loud. A lot of these characters, the problems can be fixed with upgrades. Let's not lie. Fire Cactus, same thing. Very good character. Very consistent. Camo Cactus, it is campy, but it's good. She's good at what she does, is what I'm saying. She's very good at what she does, and definitely a character you should be using. Technically speaking, forget that. I'm not going to go back and change it. Jade Cactus and Bandit Cactus should probably be in C tier. They're not that great. They're just kind of, there. Jade Cactus, gimmick is alright, more health. It's whatever. She does her job. Bandit Cactus, same thing. Gimmicky. Not bad, though. I mean, you can't really snipe, so you're kind of playing aggressive, and her kit isn't made for it, but whatever. Electro Brains, good character. I like him a lot. Think he does the business well. Party Brains, same thing. After they got buffed, no reason not to use them. Tank Commander, Scuba Soldier, I think they're not the best soldiers. They're not the worst either. They're good. They're B tier. They're not bad characters. They're not bad at all. Definitely go check them out. Projectile Splash. Captain Deadbeard was the first character I got up to max, I believe. Like him a lot. Captain Sharkbite, also like him a lot. He's kind of like a more far range version of Deadbeard, so if you can be like medium to long range, so he's not bad at all. And that up close one is devastating when you can click it extremely fast. So definitely no reason not to use him. Party Man, same thing, same tier. Captain Squawk. Captain Squawk is a bit of a doozy. I really like him, and I'd like to put him higher, but I also recognize that he is not that great with. I don't know. I'm not saying I'm some sort of God-given gift with this character, but I like him a lot. I love how it's like a one-shot. I love snipers like that are high damage, one shot. You got to reload. Get the upgrades for him. He's not a bad character at all. 46 damage per hit consistently. I can't argue with that. His range is great. His up-close attack isn't that great, but then again, you're not really using pirates for their, close range attack. That would be kind of kind of bombastic. Welder next, not a bad character. All the engineers are honestly pretty solid. I like Welder a lot. Does the business like he's a good character, man. He's fire damage, splat. You got it, man. Good thing if you play the Welder. Electrician, same thing. Great if people are bumming. You got to go take him out. Electrician's good for it. Painter, very specific character, but he's good at what he does. If you don't mind going for high kills, you just want to crossbow people, you could get high kill games with him too. It's not that. Everything's different with different people, but definitely a solid character. I like that there's an engineer that's kind of more far range. Landscaper, I personally find it difficult to hit the shots with him, but when you do, he's great. Landscaper's a very solid character. Automatic, you can't argue with that. Roadie Z, same thing. Get those 2 damage upgrades for him, and you're actually laughing. You just got to sneak up behind people and fuck them up like a scientist, basically. A scientist with a jackhammer, which when you put it like that, you kind of gets you thinking. Shrimp Imp was always just kind of average for me. When it came to the guns, the mech is the best in the game, in my opinion. Solid, really good character. The mech makes up for it. That water ability he has is kind of like, I mean, it's crowd control. He's supposed to be a crowd control character. He doesn't really, I don't know, it's not that great, so no point in that. Paleontologist, not bad, good, definitely, like, you got to be more precise with him, but he's good, like, not a bad character. Scientist, definitely, nothing wrong with him. Marine biologist, same thing. I liked him better in Garden Warfare 1. He feels kind of neutered in this game, if you know what I'm saying, kind of weaker, so I don't know, I can't complain about it though. He's still a good character. Dr. Toxic, same thing. I really like Dr. Toxic, actually. Him and the physicist, two of my favorite characters. I can't even lie to you. I like him a lot. Consistent damage. Scientist, you can't argue he's a scientist, man. Like, they're gonna be good either way. Cricket Star, I liked him better in Garden Warfare 1. I remember I put like the dino hat on him or whatever, make him look like a mascot. I liked him, no problems. Good character. Hockey Star, probably better than Cricket Star, but good character though. Ice damage, you can't really complain. He's automatic. Hockey Star, same thing. He got buffed, now he's good. Rugby Star, same thing. Good damage, really good character, always consistent. Golf Star, I really like the Golf Star to the point where I got him max rank. He's got like a minigun that is deadly accurate, that has range on it. There's no reason not to use him. He's a very good character. People try to write him off like, oh, the Golf Star is good, man. You can't forget about it. Tennis Star got nerfed. Still a good character in my opinion. Still an upper band. Still a higher tier than a lot of the other characters in this game. And let's get on to the real meat and potatoes of this video. The one that people want to know about. People want to hear about this. People came here for the top tier, and you're gonna get that top tier right in like, let's say 20 minutes. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, this here is the bread and butter of the game. If you're going to be playing Garden Warfare 2, you might want to take some time to get good with these characters. Some of them you don't even need to get good, you just jump into it, like we're going to jump into it right now. Starting off with the Frost Rose, good character, homing, 50 damage, like you got it, man. Frost Rose, really good character. Citron, stock Citron, solid character in my opinion. Does the job he was put here to do. Abilities are good. Damage is good. Only gets better with the upgrade. Same thing with Mob Cob. A lot of people don't like him as much. I think he's good personally. I feel like he allows you to be kind of more accurate. Fires a little slower, but definitely also a good character. The most accurate Corn, Pops Corn, solid character. Sniper Corn, 3-round burst. He's like got the AUG tac rifle. Solid character. I like him a lot. Personally, I've got him up to master. I think a lot of people have as well, but he's definitely great. Commando Corn, the Commando. He's good, man. Definitely good. I feel like he does better with the team surrounding him. He's not as much of a lone wolf as, say, Mob Cob or the regular one, but definitely still a good character. No reason not to play him. Next on the list, as much as I hate to say it, the Agent P, good character. That headshot multiplier is fantastic. No other character has that ability. Good, definitely. Even with that, when you're not in hyper, you're still going to be great. The polar opposite of that was great in hyper, Plasma P. Damage is amazing if you hit direct shots. Even when you're not in hyper, and if you're in hyper, forget about it. Most Peashooters, but this one especially, Plasma P, like, not as many people play him as they should. A lot of people prefer more splashy characters. You don't even need to really spike. You don't need the splash, man. He's got it. You don't even need it. He'd still be busted without the splash. So Plasma P is definitely up there. I cannot play the Petrified Cactus to save my life. I've done some good things with her sometimes. I know a lot of people are a lot better with her. She's good, though. Definitely a good character. Check her out. You got to take some time to kind of practice, though. Druid Rose, regular Rose, homing, should go without saying. Good characters, easy characters, cheap characters. Who cares? This entire game is a sandbox. You play whoever you want. It's a fun game. You do fun stuff in a fun game. Fire Rose, same thing as the Ice Rose. 50 damage, good, solid character, man. No complaints. Little Drake. Little Drake get baked. Not bad. I like him a lot. Does the job. Imp, Can't really complain. Mech is alright. Not as great, but, it's still good, bro. It's still a good character. Arctic Trooper, good in one-on-ones. He's good either way. You kind of just got to do. He's got less damage, but the ice really comes in clutch. He's a soldier. He's got the kit. Not a bad character. I think definitely deserves the A tier. Camo Ranger, not a bad character as well. I really like the design they got going for him. He's kind of campy, but you can play him aggro too. You don't have to camp with him. You could play aggressive. There's no need to camp. You just have to click it's like Z7, man. You get not as good as Z7 obviously, but like people are always a camping character. No, not if you don't camp. Not if you don't camp, dog. Just you got to change your mindset to a grind set. Sky Trooper, getting the upgrades for him, not that great. Get the upgrades for him. Definitely one of the best characters in the entire game. I hit a nasty clip with him when I killed like 6 or 7 people in like a span of 10 seconds. Honestly, I was quite proud of that. Definitely a bunch of Peashooters on the roof. Got them all. Good guy, definitely. Regular Engineer. I don't see a lot of people playing him, man. Listen, he hits splash. Always. If you get a direct impact, it's 40. You can just spam them down onto a point or at a person and you will hit them no matter what. Whether you're near them or not, you will still hit them. And he's an engineer. He's a good character, and I don't see a lot of people using him, and he just plays extremely well, and I think that people should give him a chance. He's not a letdown at all. Next to him being the mechanic, I have a bad track record with saying characters are good and not actually being able to play them that well. I don't know, for whatever reason, I've never gotten a really good gameplay with the mechanic. I don't know what it is, maybe I've just been unlucky, maybe I'm just bad. But either way, I know he's a really good character, and there's no reason not to play a mechanic. Solid top 10. Scientist. Anybody who hits 70 damage is up there. He shoots slow. I used to dislike him because he shot slow. Only later did I realize that he shoots slow, but it'll take your hoe. I'll say that much. Chemist, same thing. Good character, solid. Everybody knows him. He's a meme. Chemist, go get it. Zoologist, one of my favorite scientists. One of the first characters I got mastered. I like him a lot. He's got probably the nicest weapon skin in the game with that cybernetic porcupine he's got too. So no complaints. Computer scientist, not bad. Mode is kind of the weakest mode. It's pretty easy to take him out of it. But if you got it, you got it. He's a scientist, bro. He does the business. Nothing bad about him. Regular all-star, solid character, stock, doesn't matter. Really, I think he does like 10 damage with upgrades. Can't argue with that. All the abilities. He's an all-star, man. You can't, don't disrespect him like that. Party Imp, same thing. Little, he's good. He's A tier, bro. A tier character. He's solid, bro. I really like the Party Imp. Good character. Goat is doing exactly what he's been put here to do. Just a support that you can also go off with. 10 out of 10 character. Nothing bad to say about him. Pirate Imp, Scallywag Imp, Scallywaggy Wagyu beef, because that's what you're going to turn your opponents into, is a vegetable. In this case, not a, because the plants are not made out of beef. Last time I checked, unless it's like that ramen, that MSG shit. Good character. Mode is a little underwhelming. Makes up for it though. He does the business, man. You gotta troll people with this character. You gotta troll them. You gotta mess with them. Get in their heads a little bit. Get in their heads. Next on the list being Park Ranger. Not a bad character either. Once you get the upgrades for him, does the business. That smoke stacks up. It adds up. He's a good character. Very good if you want to play aggressive. Don't camp with him. Go get in people's faces and really bother them. I think he's a great character. Nothing wrong with him. Breakfast Brains. One of my favorite characters, I should say, design-wise. I really like what they did with him. They buffed him. He's really good. The strat, honestly, build up your patty cake before you go into a fight, and you will most likely win. If you don't build it up, you still have a good chance, but you let it build, and you're dealing damage faster than most people can take it. Unless it's the armor chomper. Any chomper against a superhero, honestly. If they know how to use the weeds. The weeds. On to S tier. Best characters in the game, I would say. Party Corn. No introduction. Corn. Party. Let's get it. Colonel Corn, stock character, really good character, does the business. Every single one of his abilities is cheese, camp, and I understand the plants needed some firehouse, some firepower, I should say, not a house, because in the first game they were definitely lacking. Regular soldier, stock, doesn't matter, solid character, one of my favorite, probably my favorite class in the game. Maybe the scientists take a little higher, but still, really good character, no complaints with him. Do whatever you want, far range, close range, medium, he does it all. As does the Commando, Super Commando. You can camp, you can not camp. Solid character, high DPS, cannot complain. He's a soldier, man. These people, these are the best of the best. If you want to, I'm not going to say if you want to annoy people, just if you want people to be like, damn, this guy's killing me a lot, you must be using that character. Use the character. Frozen Citron, I don't see a lot of people using him. He's a frozen beam, an ice beam, a beam that freezes people. So a beam is already pretty easy to land your shots with, and he freezes them. He is insane. This character is extremely good, man. Do not ever count out the Frozen Citron. Great for mechs, great for just about everything else. Definitely a top tier character. Party Citron in my eyes is always just a little better than regular Citron because of the party time. Solid character, no complaints with him. Party, man, he just does it, man. He just does the business. Stock Imp, same thing. Strong mech, strong damage. One or two, abilities that are kind of goofball, but definitely still a good character. Use him, just use him, man. There's no reason not to use him. Captain Cannon, same thing with the Cactus. I can't use him for shit. It's just me. Butterfingers, what can I say? I'm not very good. I know that he's very good, though. I know that he's very good. People, I heard about it. I know. I've seen it happen. Astronaut has, I'm pretty sure the highest DPS in the game. Plus, with upgrades, he only gets better. There is no reason. He is good at far range. He is good at close range. He is like, I don't see enough people using him, man. Astronaut, you got to get on that. That is an amazing character. No complaints with him whatsoever. Super Brains, I think, is probably one of the best superheroes. Stock, consistent, good damage. Definitely, use him, man. Super Brains, he's got it. He's got the business. But, you have to be smart. You have to pick your battles with the superheroes. And if you're smart and, consistent with the Super Brains, I think he is potentially one of the best characters in the entire game, man. You can go on some absolute benders with him. You just need to be smart. You don't always go running in. You have to kind of think a little bit before you act, but if you do, the payoff is amazing. And now we get into the best characters, and these are the best characters in the game. I only use them on specific occasions. I don't really like using them just like that. They're kind of just if someone's annoying me, I'll use them. Necros, Rose, gimmick is amazing, extremely easy to use. The homing is spectacular. Definitely nothing wrong with this character. She's got it going. I hate the Electro-P. I hate people that play the Electro-P. I hate using the Electro-P. I hate anything and everything associated with the Electro-P. If you use the Electro-P actually, and you're not even just doing it to get ranks, you're doing it because you're oh, I'm really good at this. I don't have a lot of beef with players. If you think you're good because you only use the Electro-P, you are not. You are nothing. Nobody likes you. Nobody values you. You really are just the pink gum that has turned black on the bottom of my shoe because I've stepped on it so many times. You get stepped on, my friend. You step on some people, but at the end of the day, you will always get stepped on. That is just your nature. The skill gap for Iron Citron is pretty high. That doesn't make him a bad character. Iron mode is busted. His shot's busted. You just gotta be able to aim, man. Just use your eyes, and you'll go places, man. You'll go places. You'll go everywhere with this character. Toxic Brains is the best legend. His meter upgrade only makes him easier to use. I only use him when there's a bunch of plants bumming and I need to get my mode quickly and fuck him up. Good character, nothing wrong with him. That genuinely just the best, probably one of the best characters in the entire game. And then, depending on who you're playing against, debatably, arguably, his health holds him back, but his guns don't. Z7 Imp, extremely high damage, not difficult to get your hands on. The closest thing this game has to pay to win, besides Toxic Brains and the other legends, Toxic Brains and these two final characters, I would say, are probably the best in the game, just by virtue of the fact of the Z7's damage and the ease to get Toxic Brain's legendary mode, and how good that legendary mode is. Not only does it make you take less damage, makes you go faster, makes you do more damage, literally just an upgrade of the character, and it's easy to get, and you get an upgrade to make it less difficult to get it. These are the best characters in the entire game, hands down. No questions asked. These two are if you disagree with anything, you gotta agree with this. Those two, man, no arguing. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been the definitive Garden Warfare 2 tier list, in my opinion. If you disagree, if you think I'm stupid, if you think this guy he's not played the game, no, leave me a comment and let me know exactly where I messed up. And maybe, just maybe, we'll do some fixes and we'll actually get a billboard on the side of the freeway with your changes. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great rest of your night, and question everything.